Ooh. Wish everyone could get along forever and ever. Yeah, I agree. I'm a big believer in the golden rule. You know, treat people how you want to be treated. Sometimes I forget that not everyone thinks that way, and get disappointed when people don't follow the same rule, and like, you know, I treat people how I want to be treated and expect them to do the same, which can lead to disappointment, and can also lead to putting other people before me. Like, sometimes you do need to think about yourself, and you don't have to be nice all the time, every day. Like, if you're kind of a jerk or kind of moody sometimes, you know, that's normal. Not everything is personal. I kind of see it like a game almost, following the golden rule. I think like kindness and thoughtfulness can feel like a game to me. And I find it rewarding to execute or like choose, you know, the dialogue tree. Picking the answers or actions that raise my kindness level or whatever. Especially like if someone does something that I don't appreciate or makes me feel bad or whatever, I'm really conscious of not doing the same to other people. Partially for selfish reasons, like I feel like a hypocrite. I feel like I don't deserve to feel bad about it if I do the same thing. Even things like if someone, I don't know, like there's a period where I lost a lot of friends, or perhaps they moved on before I did. For whatever reason, all at once, people not even connected to each other just kind of stopped investing in their friendship with me. And if someone else were to tell me this, I'd be like, well, did you do anything to make them stop wanting to be friends with you? The answer in my case is no, I didn't. I know that I didn't because of how conscious I am of being good to people. It was just a matter of timing, like unfortunate timing, people having own things going on in their lives, or people just being fake fuckers. But anyways, there was a time where like I just couldn't reach people. And I would try to ask them if they wanted to hang out, and I would just get nothing in response. So even things like just responding to people, I don't like feeling brushed off. So I try to make sure other people don't feel like I'm brushing them off. Especially if I notice like my impulse is to not respond, maybe because I'm lazy or I have something else going on, or I don't have the capacity. Sometimes not having the capacity is okay. But when I notice myself in those situations, I'm like, wait, I wouldn't want someone to brush me off just out of laziness, so I'm not going to do that. And force myself to engage. I mean, you shouldn't have to force yourself all the time, but sometimes a little effort is required to maintain friendships. Like sometimes it takes effort, and when you notice yourself not putting in that effort in the small moments, being mindful of that is good, and recognizing it rather than just forgetting it. I really wanted those people that were brushing me off to recognize it in themselves and admit to it themselves. Like, do I actually want to maintain a friendship with this person anymore? Like, I had so much resentment at that point that I wished that they would just admit it. Like, you don't actually care about being friends at this point. You know, ask yourself, do I care about keeping this person around? Maybe I should find time to respond. But again, I wouldn't want somebody to, like, again, there's nuance here. I wouldn't want somebody to feel obligated to respond to me. I think what it boils down to is as long as you're following the golden rule, that's all that matters. Actions will have consequences, yeah. People don't really think. The average person, day to day, even myself, are not really thinking about their present and the actions that they're taking and how they affect other people around them. Like, everyone's very focused on themselves, which is normal too, and you need to. So I've forgiven those people, kind of. Maybe I haven't. But I'm over it. And I hope they're doing great. I'm sure their priorities changed. Their friend circle shifted. Friendships can be cyclical as well. Maybe you lose touch with someone for a amount of years and then reconnect with them at a later time. For some of those people, my door is still open. Others, fucking see you never. If you're gonna move on, I'm moving on too. Present day, present time. Self-awareness is not easy. Even, like, I sometimes purposely avoid self-awareness because it's difficult. Just live in denial about some things until you're forced to recognize it. There's nuance to everything. Alright, I won't go too crazy fusing here. But if we get our asses kicked, I might have to give up Moon Man, at least temporarily. This guy is potentially powerful against the boss. Well, it definitely is, because the boss is electric. This one drains electric, just like Pokemon. Yeah, I always used to say Shin Megami Tensei is Pokemon for adults. I mean, Pokemon is Pokemon for adults too. But Shin Megami Tensei is Pokemon if you had to kill God and restart the world. Haven't played many turn-based combat games. Never really got into turn-based combat. Turn-based JRPGs changed my life. I've always been a fan. There was a period of time during the PS3 era where turn-based was seen as, like, inherently bad. Like, outdated. But thankfully, games like Persona and Shin Megami Tensei, I think, did a lot to re-establish turn-based as actually can be good. What turn-based combat game would you recommend? Definitely like any Shin Megami Tensei, like Shin Megami Tensei 3 and up, or any Persona game from 3 and up. You know, the press turn system is just like so good and addicting. The way you exploit weaknesses to get extra turns. My all-time favorite game is Chrono Cross, which has a really unique turn-based system. It's been a long time since I've played this one, and I never got past the like teleport forest labyrinth. Hoping to get past it this time. I've been having a lot of fun playing it on stream. I wasn't sure if it'd be boring to watch, but it's just like mindless enough to where we get to chat and have discussions, but then also the world is very detailed and the NPCs are entertaining. I've only beat Nocturne and started Digital Devil Saga. My girlfriend got me into it. Cool. Those both happen to be my favorite Megaten games. I played them when I was in middle school. Nocturne was so intimidating. I mean, it still is, but I remember when it came out, got a lot of really good reviews. I think XPlay might have given it like a 5 out of 5, which is interesting because I was just saying, like, during the middle to late PS2 and PS3 era, turn-based JRPGs were seen as old-fashioned, but Nocturne came out and was like really well received by the critics. It was still niche, but it is generally seen as a great game, which it is. A bullshit game at times. I like dogs and cats, oh, and humans too. Nice to meet you. Mortifyingly handed over a business card. And I really like Digital Devil Saga's aesthetic, atmosphere, and story, but I kind of don't like its gameplay these days. Last time I tried it, I was like, wow, I can't believe I liked this. It just gets very repetitive to me, but the world and plot is so awesome. If I knew the game when I was a kid, I would have broken a few controllers. Yeah, Nocturne... I've never even beaten Nocturne myself, and yet it's in my top 3 favorite games of all time. Just because it's inspired me so much over the course of my life with its aesthetic and presentation and vibe. When I started enjoying Nocturne, all I could think was, this is the devil made into a game. Yeah. Well, you know, the devs over at Atlus, one of my favorite stories about them, when they would finish a Megaten game back in the day, they would visit a shrine to cleanse their spirits because they were like engaging with so much occult media and researching demons and demonology, and they didn't want to that to have any like lingering effects on them, so they would go cleanse themselves at a shrine. Did the same when you finished it, really? And it's been a long stream. We were playing Kingdom Hearts earlier. Normally I play horror games and adventure games on stream, but I don't know, lately we're going through a JRPG phase. I stream mainly to play games that I wouldn't play by myself, and JRPGs is pretty much the only type of game I play by myself. So playing them on stream is a little bit counterintuitive to my whole goal, but it's been really fun. We are Fortnite pro gamers, that too. I'm a Miku main. Kingdom Hearts is my favorite series. Yeah, it seems like there's a decent amount of overlap between Kingdom Hearts and Mega 10 fans. One of the other chat members in here was telling me that his buddy only streams Kingdom Hearts and Mega 10. Yeah, I've been having a great time with Kingdom Hearts. It's like the first time I'm playing through it in its entirety in 20 years. Most of my adult life has been spent not liking Kingdom Hearts as a game, but I found a new appreciation for it. Kingdom Hearts is a whole lot of fun for old school JRPG enjoyers. The rest of the games are way more action focused. First game still has that Squaresoft sense into it. I agree. You know, people point out its level design as being a little bit rough or janky or frustrating, but I actually find Kingdom Hearts 1 to be very memorable because of its strange creative level design. And I do enjoy the simplicity of it all. I like that the combat is simple. There's a lot of it. I mean, wave after wave of enemies sometimes. Simple, but there's a lot of content in each world. Yeah, you could really extend your game time. There's so much to go back for, and so much little side stuff. It feels like a real universe. You hear an engine sound from somewhere. Oh, battle time. Whoa! The ghost automobile was Oboroguruma. Do you hear it? The sound of exhaust. I love the vibe it gives in my brain. So you're tonight's challenger? Let's race to see who dies first. Oboguruma is pumped. Alright, let's do this. Oh my, holy shit. Oh, did we do it? Vroom vroom. It's still in anyone's race. Phase 2. Oh, we did it! That was easy. You're fast. I lost miserably. Vroom. There's a new speed demon tonight. It's you. Cheers to you. Vroom. Yeah, that's right. Win pose. Taunt button. Sweet.